I've got to say to you that I have never felt more at home anywhere in political terms than I have in Family First. This is my home. The people in Family First are wonderful people. I've got to say to you, I've been so welcomed by them and so supported by them that it's been wonderful. I have not seen, to this point in time, I have not seen one act of backstabbing. I have seen no treachery. It is so different to what I'm used to. And I am actually very much enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to if we can pull it off. I'm looking forward to representing those good people in the Commonwealth Parliament, as well as the rest of the people of Victoria who have had a pretty rough time over recent years, and I want to see if we can turn that around. The bottom line is, Leo, that we want a change of government in this country. I personally am appalled by the current Prime Minister. I think he's the worst Prime Minister Australia has ever had. I don't see him improving at all, and I see Australia disappearing down the tubes if he's re-elected, and particularly if he's re-elected with the Greens as a coalition partner, whether that be official or unofficial. I think that is a terrifying prospect for all of us. So when I was contacted, when we were contacted by the Liberal Party, and they put the proposition to us, it wasn't we didn't go to them; they came to us, and the proposition was simple. It was if we were to give give them our preferences, that would improve their chances of winning government. And if they were to give us their preferences, it would improve our chances of winning a Senate seat in Victoria. So it was very much a win-win situation for both sides. I certainly want a change of government in Canberra, and I want to see Family First in the Senate as well, because you can't do much. You have the best ideas in the world, but you can't really do much if you're not in Parliament. And that's what I want to see happen. And I'm hopeful that if I'm elected next month, that I won't be alone. I'm very hopeful that there will be 2, 3, maybe 4 Family First senators with me, and we can get on with pushing the agenda, the very clear agenda that we have. And it may well be that we will have the balance of power in the Senate. Now it may well, and if that's the situation, well, that'll be even better if we've got a Labor Greens government, because we will, as the party that has the balance of power, we will be able to block a large part of what will be a disastrous agenda from an extreme left-wing government. It's an appalling prospect for me. It gives me nightmares. But it does give me some hope if we are in a position of some influence in the Senate in Canberra.
The Australian Citizens Party is an independent political party of 37 years standing, which surprised a lot of people because they haven't really heard of us much. We stand for a very similar position to in economics to that taken by the old Australian Labor Party before the reforms of the 1980s and 1990s came and drastically transformed our economy for the worse, in our view. Sometimes I say it's the old Australian Labor Party without the White Australia policy. We want to bring back a bigger role for the public sector in the economy in the form of government providing services. And it was the dismantling of government services and government infrastructure in favour through privatisation that has made governments both less effective and less accountable, and that's what we want to change. And we also want Australia to become more independent as a nation on the global stage. The Citizens Party hasn't been affiliated with LaRouche for 10 years. That affiliation ended in 2015, but we did have an affiliation for 25 years, and it was based on the fact that when we started, we were an Australian political party, and we were looking at political developments in Australia, but we came to learn that political developments and economic developments inside a country are often driven by things that are happening outside the country. They're often world forces, world economic forces that are making these things happen. Great big interactions between countries, etc. And we, through joining in the debate on the way global politics should work, and this was at the end of the Cold War, and it was a period of great upheaval, our party came across Lyndon LaRouche, who was a physical economist, he was called, in the United States, someone who had for decades advocated for America to play a role in the world economy, actually helping developing countries develop and uplift, and using things like one of our favourite policies, public banking institutions, to benefit people, not just to benefit corporations. And rich countries can help poor countries develop. This was the sort of things that LaRouche was very much focused on, and that's why our party got involved with his movement and became a supporter of the movement that he led around the world. LaRouche has died now, and that movement it exists in a certain form, but our party had to make a decision in 2015 to become a purely independent Australian political party. And soon after that, the laws changed in Australia against foreign interference. So it was pretty timely that we did that.
I've been following Senator Payman since she's crossed the floor. Look, what she's done is very honourable, and to be able to do that as a woman in Parliament is such a big deal. And as a young woman myself, I can safely say that she's inspired many young women who want to get into politics and, just in journalism as well. So she's a very big inspiration here. Quite recent studies have shown that the Gen Z has now taken over the baby boomers. Has now taken over the baby boomer vote. So we're now at a stage now where the younger generation has that say. And as a young woman and as a Gen Z young Aussie, I can understand the struggles of our youth. We have our housing crisis. Many like myself are working multiple jobs just to stay afloat. And this is just not what Australia is about. We're the greatest country in the world. And so many young Aussies are struggling to just afford rent, bills, HECS debts are rising. Our politicians went to university for free. Now they're implementing all these policies where we can't even pay our debts in a lifetime. And with these debts, how are we going to afford houses, rent, jobs? It's not acceptable.
I've known Jacqui for a long time. She and I were both in military police, and in fact, I taught one of her sons in the military police. And I've worked with Jacqui getting the Royal Commission into veteran suicide up for many years, and we've been sort of working together in various veteran and defence related issues. I know Jacqui and I have similar values. We get each other, and we can both see the issues that are affecting everyday Australians. Quite frankly, just looking in through the veteran and defence perspective, windows, we've seen that we can make a contribution here as a team and get Jacqui a greater voice in the upper house, and just bring all of our skill sets to bear. So, look, I think it's time. I think it's time Jacqui had a stronger voice, and she does a great job, but a stronger voice in that Senate, hopefully, with a balance of power. Me personally, and working with Jacqui, my relationship with Jacqui, it's very good. We're both our own creatures. We both have our own approaches to things, but we do get each other, and we agree on most things, but we have some fairly heated discussions on many things. But I think at the end of the day, we walk out of a meeting knowing that we're not just going in there with our own agenda. We're prepared to work through issues. I will say, and then there's no reflection on anybody else, but I am fiercely loyal to Jacqui. She has been a very good friend of mine. If for whatever reason the network, if I'm elected, the network loses confidence in me, I don't think, and again, no reflection on anybody else, but I don't think it would be right for me to stay in there as an independent. I think if I go in there as a Jacqui Lambie Network Senator, and off the back of Jacqui's amazing work, it would be, if we were to have a falling out, or if the network lost confidence in me, which, look, it's doubtful. I doubt that, but nonetheless, I don't think it would be right for me. There has to be I don't want to jeopardise my friendship and my loyalty to Jacqui by moving sideways as an independent. So, look, I don't intend to be there for the long haul if I'm elected, but I'm not going to allow that sort of fractured relationship to arise in the first place.